continue our working session, and I invite our speaker, Michelina Foster, member of Theosophical Society of the US, California. Michelina was born in the state of Pennsylvania, the US, in the 1870s. Michelina studied at Metaphysics University in Los Angeles. She has a PhD. He worked as an esoteric director of the World Center of in Ohio. She's the member of the Theosophical Society. She's been studying theosophy since 1982, and in 1992, Michelina Foster has received the status in the church. She works as the servant at the church in Nevada. She's the author of 19 books about metaphysics, spirituality, and one of her most recent publications is about the traveling to Nepal. Please welcome Michelina Foster and her report, The First Steps Towards Cosmos.
Thank you very much. Thank you. At the center of the universe dwells the Great Spirit, and that center is really everywhere. It is within each of us. This is a statement made by an American Indian chief, Black Elk. The Bhagavad Gita states God is seated in the hearts of all. This universality is for the most part lost in today's society, which seeks self-aggrandizement, complacency in exchange for inner clarity. Those who hear a call from their own dissatisfaction with the outer expressions available on this planet seek many means to respond. One of these is theosophy. When our heart is first piqued and our interest is first piqued concerning a study, we as humans usually go all out to learn all that we can as quickly as we can about it. The study of science, of music, of fingerprinting, or of theosophy is no different. Once we have received what we consider from our past experiences and educational prerogatives as a healthy percentage of information, we usually are confronted by three choices. We can say, oh, I know all about that, and this is my opinion. Or, I've studied that extensively, indicative that we are now experts in the field. Our third choice in this illustration concerning theosophy is, this is what I have heard or read or experienced, and it will take me years, perhaps lifetimes, to understand it. Herein is the beginning of wisdom. Theosophy comes to us as a great gift through Helena Petrovich Blavatsky. She points us toward a deeper exploration of life, our life, and all that we perceive as life around us. She was chosen because of her talents, her attributes, and her precious perseverance during her lifetime, perhaps as in a room of candles, and only one is lit. Only one can illuminate and fits the bill. This flame was accepting of and acceptable to the great teachers for this particular time, this planet, and region of this solar system. We each have our limitations, and so do they. Theirs, however, are far beyond our comprehension of limitation and are most unworthy of this dissertation. Around us lies our galaxy of matter and energy, only a tiny portion of which can we perceive. The fraction of light which we can observe is extremely minor in the immeasurable scale of illumination within the cosmos. The tiny proportion of sound and vibration which our ears and technology can interpret is minuscule within the cosmic frequencies. Our physical plane has a great many limitations, which the bliss of ignorance hides from our earthbound senses. It would seem quite logical then that the great teachers can only use qualities, attributes, and teaching tools for humanity which are within the limited scope of this earthbound species, with their perceivable sensations of frequencies, not to mention the childlike mentality of mankind for comprehension. The teachers employ these teaching tools in an order to demonstrate to us. These expressions of potentialities are found only within this conglomeration of substance, our plane of existence, which we call our planet, solar system, and galaxy. We cannot reach out into the cosmos we see around us and understand results from causes which we have no knowledge. Frequencies, which are as sounds to a deaf man, or light manipulations of shadow and colors to a blind man. But when we begin to comprehend the unity of all of it, things and non-things, universal patterns emerge, and the evolvement of our soul's understanding begins. It is here at this crux that we find our theosophical textbook for study. We contemplate the stanzas of Dasein and perhaps consider the modern nebular theory, which hypothesizes the idea that a spinning cloud of dust, composed mostly of light elements, called a nebula, flattened into a protoplanetary disk and became a solar system consisting of a star with orbiting planets. We find HPB describing it as a romance and quotes a commentary 8 in stanza 3 concerning light, or the cold flame, the mother, chaos, and is a cold fire, a cool radiance, colorless, formless, devoid of every quality. The stanza goes on to state that motion is the one eternal is and contains potentiality of every quality in the manvantaric worlds. We consider the cosmic string theory, fission and fusion of the atom, quantum physics, astrology, astronomy, geometry, chemistry, light, feelings, and desires. These all have their masks and blinds of science and philosophy. However, these aspects of the laws found on the physical plane awareness are all available to one who is drawn to these lines of interest within the secret doctrine under subtitles of forces, modes of motion, intelligences, meta-elements, vital principles in a plurality of worlds. HPB suggests the quote, "How little can be argued respecting the necessary conditions of intelligent, organized existence from the standard of a corporeal existence found upon earth. Intelligence is, from its nature, as universal and as uniform as the laws of the universe." Taken from World Life or Comparative Geology, page 498. We read, think, ponder, and attempt to digest all these meanings and the ramifications of these ideas presented in today's arena within the dual nature of our cognizing brain and limited three-dimensional appearance, 4 if we count time. We inculcate all of this, which we are aware of to the secret doctrine Isis unveiled and other of HPB's wonder-producing works. And this is as it should be. We contemplate and compare these ideas and thoughts of the cosmos, the galaxies around us and within us, the timelessness of infinitude flowing through our three-dimensional plane of unfolding events, the essences of life found on our small planet in this section of the Milky Way, and the entities of manifestation from the great center of oneness, the nothingness of motion, which results in our planet, nature, population, cities, and solar system. So many vast interpretations and delineations have been presented by this formidable Russian woman of the 18th century. We ponder over these, and then, using our brain, we compare them to the abstract theories and scientific discoveries found in the Hadron Collider in CERN, the scientific organizations worldwide, the NASA Space Center, the Centers for Human Learning, and the biological labs for our improvement of mankind, as well as his downfall. And after all our mental gymnastics, our struggle, sweat, experimentations, explorations, and strain toward that which we call the mastery of our universe, the great ones smile. For the child of humanity is beginning to take form within the contextual field and gardens of the original Eden. We begin to see our place in this one work, this purposeful projection of life, of light, and of balance. We are not the creators of our world. We are the actors on the great stage of life expressing itself. What costumes do we wear? What lines do we recite? This is yet to be learned by the students of today, you. For the ramifications of this train of thought, take one step, step by step, deeper into the infinite mind. Here we find regions far beyond those which we would call human. As the rounds of Earth proceed, perhaps we are just now again exploring our playpen and looking out beyond its bars into the true living room of another greater universe. We don't do this alone. We are never alone, for we are all connected on planes of consciousness yet to be experienced. All dwell within the one. Our garments of thought are always changing in relationship to life itself. Change and the remodeling of essence is a constant. All things are always made anew, and yet Akasha always remembers and records the past, leaving nothing behind. The universe, which we can perceive at the present time, is as sunrise and sunset, cause and effect. The light allows the shadows of darkness penetration to color the sky. The darkness allows the light to illuminate the spatial crevices among the ever-moving clouds of being. Both are illusions. However, the result is our life, of which we here today celebrate, but will never understand the cause. Theosophy this day is displaying new worlds to our understanding, new worlds of comprehension to explore, new worlds of which we will become, yet already are, and have ever been completed. The past is reflected all around us. This past is the computer screen before our eyes, the tree outside our window, the chair in which we sit. But the future Our true being is always within the heart and stands before the countenance of that which ever is. My dear friends, we have yet to scratch the surface of theosophy. At times, it is like the rattle to the infant humanity. It gets our attention to focus, learn, study, question, seek, and follow. Are we better? Study. Is it not a fully grown, expressed, and capable adult, an asset to the universes around him or her? Is not life more enjoyable and abundant in the sharing and intercommunication found among the peoples of the earth, and who knows where else? There is a poem from the Psalm Book of Infinity which states, "There are many shades, my friend, your eyes just cannot see. Dimensions in life and death, phases of eternity. Many sounds your ears will never hear, words that your lips cannot say. Present in this future time, which passed on a bygone day. Later love, don't say some other lifetime. As theosophists, let us not waste this precious commodity, yet illusion, known to us as time. This special event will never come again in this form. And truly, who would want to miss all the fun?" Namaste.
Аплодисменты всего зала.
A round of applause from the whole hall. Thank you so much.
Thank
Would thank you for sharing your experience. You told us about the reason and this necessity to hear, because Blavatsky made a breakthrough in the change of the consciousness of people, and she gave us the possibility to do that as well. And we focused our attention and we understood the essence of the beginning. And this is the essence of time. So let's cherish it, cherish every moment of our lives, because what is happening now will never repeat itself again. Thank you so much. Let's not lose everything that's interesting.